Okay, welcome guys. So, one of the daily videos today is should men keep no contact if the breakup was mutual? So we're gonna just watch a little portion of it because I do want to keep the videos shorter. Yesterday was a 40-minute video, and it was long. And you know what? It is better to have shorter videos. It's actually showing on my other channel that shorter videos are better, but basically we just have people that have short attention spans these days. So the kinds of videos that I did yesterday will actually be on more of a podcast format going forward. So I'm putting the podcast together. It's been something that I've been working on for a little while. So podcasting sort of has that expectation of a long form thing, unless it's like, been from the get-go that say it was a 4-hour video. You know what I mean? That's different if you've been doing that from the beginning. But anyway, let's get started. I'll probably do, I'll cut this up. So I'm going to watch the whole thing, but I'll cut it up so you guys can enjoy it.
Well, we have a viewer question that asks, if both partners were 50% guilty for the breakup, should men always keep no contact and wait for her to come back? Dominic.
Why'd you break up with her? I mean, if she wasn't into it, you're into it, then move on.
My first thought is, just with personal experience, women leave relationships more, right? Women leave relationships 70, 80% of the time. If the woman is educated, it's 90% of the time they file for divorce and leave relationships. So, guys will come forward and say, oh, it was mutual. It's definitely 50-50. Really? Right? Now, again, I think there are definitely some people out there that have that, right? It's definitely a thing. But I think a lot of guys think it is, and then they'll tell themselves that story, but it's not really.
If something has happened over the span of time that they've been apart, where the man realizes, hey, I care about her more than I thought. I want her in my life. I want her
Rejection
back.
breeds obsession.
Then
He didn't find anybody else better.
Maybe
He
that's
gets
the case.
impatient.
Maybe he thought he had a lot of options, and he realizes, hey, maybe that was my best option, and I just effed up.
Yeah, people get impatient because my experience, you get maybe 1 to 3 girls a decade. You might get one in the beginning, you may date her for a few years, you might get one somewhere in the middle, and then maybe you date her for a few years, and then,
So far, in my own experience, that's pretty much true. I've been dating since I was 15, and I'm 32 now. So I think we're at the point where, like, I'm with my 4th girlfriend, but the one that was before this one wasn't very long. It was a 9-month relationship. So, I mean, it's pretty true. People that you actually, like and jive with and, stay with.
a year or 2 or 3 or whatever single, and then you meet another one where you might get 1 or 2. So people that you really click with, you feel like you've kind of known each other and it's easy and it's effortless from the moment you meet. It's just like, how often you meet a new best friend or somebody you just really jive with and they're always in your life. It's a rare occurrence, and that's why we appreciate those kinds of relationships and people when they come along. So I'm assuming that this particular person is wanting to say they were 50% guilty, because most of the time, I think it's like 75% of the time, women file for divorce, women do the breakup, or they try to make the guy so miserable that he dumps her.
That's a good one too. That happened to me personally.
And so it depends. It's like if you did things, like if you read 3% Man and realized, wow, I did a lot of things that turned her off, and no wonder she tried to friend zone me, or says there's no chemistry, or there's no spark, or there's something missing, then what they have to start doing is not focus on changing for her, but it's demonstrating the behavior that's aligned within the book, because then you become your most attractive masculine self. And so not only does it potentially reattract the ex, but it creates opportunities where other women become more attracted to you because you're displaying more of those masculine strength characteristics.
Guys, focusing on yourself is literally a win-win. It's never a loss. And so many guys sit back and they put it on the back burner, the work, right? So I see a lot of guys that were like, oh, I really want to do the work, but they're so stuck in their emotions that they can't get over it. They can't move forward. And all you have to do, guys, is start with 1 page, 2 pages, 3 pages, 5 pages, 10, and you start creating an actual habit. Then this stuff just becomes automatic. You start going to the gym more often. You start trying to dress better. You start looking for different kinds of styles and options and better friends, right? So getting rid of certain friends and then inserting new ones into your life. For me, I have like my high school friends and whatever, and we kick it, and we don't talk about like stuff. We have fun, right? If it wasn't fun, I wouldn't do it. But then entrepreneur friends, people that I actually share knowledge with, and they share knowledge with me, right? And we do things, and we're growing businesses, and we're doing things together, joint ventures, etc. Of course, I don't know them to the same degree, and we haven't been through the same shit as my high school friends. But yeah, so in my opinion, should men keep no contact if a breakup is mutual? Again, I think personally that most of the time women will push for a breakup to happen, and men don't really think. I'd have to say probably about 80 or 90% of guys think that it's, it's mutual, it's this, it's that. The guys that do, a lot of guys can admit where it's wrong, but you have to work on yourselves no matter what you do. Okay, you have to work on your mission and your purpose every single day and become the most attractive version of you. So let's watch a little bit more of this video and see where it goes.
And then if the ex comes back, then you give her another chance, because typically you're doing no contact when you want to stay together and she doesn't. And then the guy keeps pursuing, or he gets friend zoned, or she says, "It's something missing. You're a great guy, but I just want to be friends." You don't stick around and keep trying to date a girl that stuck you in friend zone. You dip on out and say, "Hey, if you ever change your mind, get in touch." So in that case, if you want romance and she's saying, "I got friendship and blue balls," you say, "No, thank you. Call me if you change your mind." And then you go into no contact, because then you've left the negotiating table. And the strongest negotiating position is being able to walk away and meet it. A man who values and loves himself is not going to sit around and try to change a girl's mind who stuck him in friend zone or doesn't want to date him or sleep with him.
Let's talk about that. And that's many of you. Many of my coaching students, you're probably watching this right now. You guys are so willing to drop everything to get your ex back to come back to you. And you have to value and love yourselves. And I know it sounds corny, right? It sounds super corny on paper, right? Maybe it doesn't to some of you, but to me it did at the beginning when I first started learning this stuff years ago. It sounded super corny. You're going to love yourself? What are you talking about, right? But it's true, because if you don't, other people won't. If you don't have boundaries, if you don't have respect for yourself, if you don't like who you are, if you look in the mirror and you're like, "Man, I'm disappointed in this. I'm disappointed in myself. I could do better." Okay. I would 100% take a look and go, "Man, I need to work on this," and just start going back to work. So again, it starts with awareness. Aaron Doughty talks about this, and it's very important. Awareness is like 90% of healing and change, is becoming aware. So surrounding yourself with people who are better than you makes you aware, because you're like, wow, this guy's living this certain life. That's why the whole "you are who you hang out with" comes in. So again, if somebody leaves you, if somebody doesn't want to be with you, if somebody doesn't value you anymore, and you want the relationship but they don't, you have to back off and just say, "Fuck it, I'm out of here," and work on yourselves. So guys, all the books are going to be in the description box down below. Okay, I didn't really even need to edit this. He answered the question early. Okay, so it's there. Focus on you, focus on your mission, and start. So here's what I've been sort of coming to the conclusion of real quick. Guys, I just got invited to play Xbox. So guys, when you are focused on your mission, right? When you're focused on you, when you're focused on the gym and all that, you still have to understand how women operate, how women work. The books are going to be in the description box down below. Coaching's down below. You're going to be able to discern the right women from the wrong women. You're going to be able to pick better women. You're going to be able to do better things because you are better. You're literally changing who you are. Okay? That's what I invite you guys to do. So if you guys are into it, check out my Red Pill channel. It's in the description box or in the pinned comments down below, description box as well, where we, it's a little bit different. All right. Now, if you don't like that kind of stuff, don't watch it.